Beakmask and the odd-looking person held each other's gaze. To Joff, it seemed like Volk was attempting to hold back a smile, but there was no mirth in Beakmask's eyes. How much?
How much what?
How much?
I think we agreed on 15,000.
15,000? I offered you 15,000.
Yeah, but I wanted more.
Why didn't you ask for more?
Oh, I did, but you wouldn't budge.
I would have if I knew you were going to resort to this idiotic plan.
Well, here we are.
16,000.
Can you counter that?
What? We had a deal.
I'm very aware of that, but this kind gentleman is offering me more money. And what's your response?
The ones at the front discussed among themselves. 16,500.
Wow, really? So you don't think he'll add another 500?
18,000.
See, come on. You can do better than that. Let's not be greedy now.
The lead bandit was livid, the rest of them looking more and more nervous. Fine. 19,000. 20,000. Ugh. You're dead for this, you piece of trash.
I'm just trying to make a simple living. You of all people should understand that. Have you told your family what you really do for work?
I'd call 20,000 more than a simple living, scum. Make it 23,000. The bandits gasped. Volk, you owe me a favor after pulling this.
Oh, you know you need my
Help to get out of a situation that you created.
Exactly. Don't look so glum. We can both be rich after this. Well, more rich, at least.
30,000.
No, he'll kill us. Let's get out of here.
Stand your ground. This vault is ours. We have the advantage. Joff had no idea what was happening. He had never seen 30,000 all in one place, let alone going to one person.
All right, boys, I'll at least get you a head start. So you'd better get that cart thing inside.
A low growl came from the bright red beasts. One of them stirred awake. Thanks, Volk. Joff, go and fetch it. Joff obeyed and followed Beakmask with the gear to the door of the vault. A light breeze blew from the darkness. Behind them, Volk drew 2 blades from his pack and attached them to both ends of his staff. The 2 desert rubies were now on their feet.
Last chance, gentlemen. I hate to say this to my former ally, but either run or get some bruises.
Beakmask took out a crossbow and shot it up into the dark room ahead. A flare bolt stuck to the ceiling, illuminating the way with a bright yellow glow. Who do you think you are? You're not good enough to chase all of us away.
Oh, my dear child. There's a reason I'm getting paid 30,000.
Time to go, Joff. When we're here, you do as I say, even if you don't agree. Got it? Joff gulped and nodded. Believe it or not, I don't want you to die in here, but you very easily could. You know, maybe Joff's father didn't need the money after all. The stone corridor opened up a square room with what looked like a dried-up fountain in the center. With a quick scan, Joff realized there were 8 different doors. Beakmask deemed the room safe after shooting a few more flare bolts into the ceiling and walls. He approached the fountain thing and produced a flint and steel from one of his pouches. A few sparks later, flames erupted, illuminating the room. After further inspection, there were 4 tiny doors and 4 tiny rooms, which were more like alcoves. Beakmask ran his hand over a diamond-shaped insert in the wall of one of the rooms. I think it's a key slot. The others probably have different shapes.
What would the keys unlock?
Probably those 2 doors. I bet these ones to the right and the left aren't blocked off. 2 locked doors, 2 open doors. So we'll head in there to find the keys.
But there are 4 key slots.
True, but there might be 2 keys on the right and the other 2 on the left.
Do you have a preference?
No, not really. Beakmask dug through a few of the crates they had bought with them, shouldered a backpack, and gave one to Joff. He then turned the dial on the capsule, causing the crates to float up to the ceiling. They approached the door branching off to the left. It wasn't a door, but rather another hallway, just like the one they had entered through. Joff had felt his fear fading over the course of the day. After almost getting eaten by the Colossal, he wasn't as worried about the bandits. Sure, they were a threat, and easily could have killed him, but he had started to trust Beakmask in some ways. Those things were things he could see, things he sort of knew the risks of. This right now This was a new kind of fear, a fear of the darkness. Not the dark, but what hid in the darkness. The unknown. The words Beakmask had said to the bandits wouldn't leave him alone. Getting the front door open was just the beginning. Joff resisted the urge to cling to Beakmask like a child as they crept further and further into the darkness.
Shouldn't we try to light another flare?
I'm trying to conserve them. I don't have enough for every little walkway.
But what about traps and stuff? Didn't you say we had to be careful?
Yes, but they are almost always in the rooms themselves and not in the halls connecting the rooms. Joff wasn't sure that almost always was good enough. They hadn't gone very far, but were reaching the point where they couldn't see the ground in front of them. A clicking sound sent a jolt down Joff's spine. Beakmask froze. After a moment, he slowly reached for another flare bolt, loading it into place. He raised the crossbow and shot, sticking it into the ceiling above them, illuminating the horrible face of a Triscorp standing right in front of them.